I appreciate everybody for tuning into the show. As always, back on a Sunday night, run through some topics. Of course, I gotta start with my intro. So I'm about to get this intro rolling. Once again, everybody, it's the N.y.a show.
It's Toby.
Always, welcome back to another edition of the N.y.a show. Share my screen with you guys. First topic of the night. We going into the situation, Vlad versus Lord Jamar, Godffrey, Royce the 5'9", the whole shebang. Let's roll the clip straight into it. Boom. See if I get this going.
Further. So now, basically, yesterday, Godffrey and I had a discussion with this man, and it was like, yo, bro, either you're going to apologize to the minister or we not fucking with you no more. Period. Like we got to stand in solidarity with our people. You know what I mean? We got to be on code the same way you was on code, Vlad, because you claim to be a Russian Jew, but you claim to be an atheist like you're not a practicing Jew. You claim that you're not a practicing Jew, but as soon as something is said about the J Mafia, you fucking got a problem. You fucking, you're offended by the shit. Talking about hate speech and all of this type of shit, and it's like, yo, fuck out of here. But as soon as something is said about the J Mafia, you fucking got a problem. You fucking, you're offended by the shit. Talking about hate speech and all of this type of shit, and it's like, yo, fuck out of here with all of that shit. So you're going to automatically be on code with your people, even though you don't even really practice that. So guess what? We're going to be on code with our people.
All right, basically, let me fill y'all in. Over the past couple of weeks, it's been a little debacle back and forth dealing with comments that Vlad made an interview with D.L. Hughley. He's edited that part out of the interview, but go look at the latest D.L. Hughley video on Vlad page if you want to be filled in on that situation. And he spoke, misquoted Minister Louis Farrakhan. He lied about, he misrepresented what he said. So of course, the community got on their head. Of course, Royce the 5'9" hopped in and said, yo, I'm so tired of this situation with Vlad. He disrespectful. Vlad came out and said, hey, in this interview, X, Y, and Z, but he came out with his statement or whatever, said I misspoke, but he didn't apologize. I'm sorry. My bad. These things are common courtesy when you make a mistake. He stood 10 toes down when Lord Jamar Godffrey, everybody pressed him on it. If you watch this full, go to the You Know What I Mean podcast or the YouTube show. Go and watch the full thing. And this is what the decision came down to, that we unfollowing Vlad, not rocking with his platform because he said something out of pocket, misquoted Louis Minister Farrakhan, and he didn't go over it properly and say, I'm sorry, that's my bad. He basically said, well, I had my best month and I ain't even had you niggas on my show. I ain't had y'all on my show and I had my best month. So obviously you care more about that platform that you built up on the backs of these niggas' interviews and they shit that went viral, and you don't want to apologize for it. So now I want to play this clip from Donahue. I want to know everybody's opinion on this. Let me roll it. Anybody ever heard of Donahue? Y'all know Let me stop. Y'all, let's go.
Whether black men admit it or not, they feel light-skinned women are more attractive than dark-skinned, and they'd rather see long hair than a short afro because that's closer to white women. That comes from being inundated with media from the time you're born that constantly fed you the white woman as the image of beauty. That's both conscious and unconscious, said Mr. Lee. But on the whole, talking to my friends and knowing men, I see that a premium is put on light-skinned sisters with long hair. All true, huh?
All true.
And it's bad because,
Well,
first of all, it penalizes persons, it's arbitrary.
right, absolutely. And not only that, but I think you're buying into, you know, the myth that somehow white is better, so therefore lighter is better. And I think that it then takes out so many other African American women that are beautiful, whether
I want y'all to go and watch this full episode right here of Black Against Black Prejudice. And what's interesting with this, I wanted to talk about this because I want to know in the comments, tell me your preference. Is your preference based off of what you truly like or what you're looking at, a light-skinned, dark-skinned woman? Or is it specifically because you don't want dark-skinned children? You think that you're all ugly? This plays more into, like they said, the white is right. The lighter you get, the more they want you to go the same way black men do it to black women do it to black men. So I want to know down in the comments, let me know, are we still knee deep in this light skin, dark skin debate? And in your life, what are the things that you have seen, and do you still carry on those traits on how you feel or your interests to this day? This week, I read a disturbing story about a black man that was found in an Iowa ditch burning. I put here, I had photos of the two of the suspects, and I wanted to share those if I could pull them up, because I want to make sure that this is seen. Oh my God. Here are the suspects, the people who did the perpetrator, and here we are, the black man that was found burning in a ditch in Iowa. 4 arrested after black man's body found burning. Authorities have arrested 3 men and 1 woman in connection of the death of a black man whose body was found burning in a ditch in rural Iowa. One of the men arrested, 31, who was white, was already in jail for unrelated charges and is now facing charges of first-degree murder and abuse of a court, according to Iowa Department of Public Safety. Just after 5:30 last Wednesday, authorities received a report of a fire in a roadside ditch near a small city in Kellogg in central Iowa. Responding personnel found a body on fire and flames. The dead man was identified as 45-year-old Michael Williams of Grinnell. Authorities said, "Rest in power to Michael Williams." I don't know what's up. These suspected race soldiers, suspected white supremacists, involved with this. Let me keep going. Cops told investigators that they were going to take the object was wrapped in a brown. The young lady that was arrested as well was seen taking the object in a wrapped brown blanket out of the back of a pickup Wednesday and putting it into a ditch. The fourth person arrested was accused of abuse of a court. CNN has reached out to the attorney for comment. It is unclear whether whether any of these arrested have attorneys. He was a family man. The family made justice for Michael's shirt using a logo designed by his son, who made sure to use purple, his dad's favorite color. I miss him. Let me see. The stark and brutal murder in a national context of racial injustice has struck intense fear for safety of our Black, Indigenous, and people of color, colleagues, friends, and families. President Ann Harris wrote in a statement. They canceled school There was initially a $10,000 GoFundMe for the funeral. They've raised 35. It's been raised to 35,000 because they raised to 10,000. So shout out to everybody who supported that. I'm gonna follow back up with the story because this is suspicious. Michael Williams found burning. I'm surprised it's not a high media story yet, but it is planning. So N.y.a came and I touched on it. One of the first to touch on it, but we gotta everybody take a look. I'm gonna put the link down. Read over this article. Let me know what you think down in the comments about what happened. Next, I want to roll into this whole thing that Trump he unwrapped called the Platinum Plan for African Americans here. I want y'all to look this over and see what y'all think about it. Trump's promise to Black America over 4 years, increase the capital in Black communities by almost $500 billion, 3 million new jobs, create 500,000 new Black-owned businesses, increase access to capital in the Black community by almost $500 billion. Let's see about that. Safe, and we need to double that. Safe urban neighborhoods with high police standards. Commit to working on a second step app. If you don't know about the first step app, take a moment to search that, and that was passed under Donald Trump. Access to better education and job training, give Black churches the ability to compete for federal research for their community, bring better and tailored healthcare to address historic disparities, immigration policy that protects American jobs, advance home ownership opportunities, and enhance Black financial literacy, onshore manufacturing to advance jobs and development opportunity for Black-owned businesses. If you take a look at the second part, they have other things that stick out to you when it comes to the utilization of incorporating bills, utility, rent, everything, phone bills into your credit score, investing $20 billion into our internet for rural Black communities that do not have, talking about making Juneteenth a national holiday, making the KKK and Antifa hate groups, increase spending and the voucher system. You know, he's going to push the voucher system, pushing for Black children to go to more schools that they want to go to and such and such. This is deep. I want to take more time to it on another part of the show because I keep my shows short. I want to talk more on this plan and also speak on the plan that Biden rolled out that lifts every voice. Everybody want to turn us into a spiritual. This is a platinum plan called the Platinum Plan, as if we some discovery cards or something. So y'all take a chance when I put the links down. Look at this rollout that Trump released right on the weekend to let us know what his plan is to try and get the Black vote. A couple quick hits that I did not get to touch on, and I definitely want you all to check out is when this week Kamala Harris she named Tupac as the best rapper alive, and that she went on to not be able to name another rapper. I mean, God, nobody. She can name nobody. You're nobody. I wanted to speak on, I didn't get a chance to get to this story, but recycling. And as far as new music, shout out to Travie. He just dropped a new project that I'll put up here on the screen, Trap Skywalker 2. I want to give a shout out to, Fredo Bang for his release, the Carter 5 Reloaded. Y'all know I listened to that. I had to hear that. Spillage Village put out a project. Definitely go and check that out. Only for Dolphins by Action Bronson. Make sure that you check him out. And Floor Seats by A$AP Ferg. It has been a good show again tonight. It's the N.y.a show. I appreciate everybody tuning in, taking a moment to rock with me. I already know, drop comments down, give me some likes. I appreciate everyone who really takes the time to watch and share content because that's what we all here for. Once again, it's the N.y.a show, and I'm signing out.